Hello and welcome to my July 7th, 2025 update for my world, GTNH world. This is my first video of this sort. I'm working on edited videos to kind of show how I got to this point, but I kind of wanted to do quick little daily videos or mostly daily, just days I actually play the game to show what I'm working on, and because there's a lot of little stuff that I feel like kind of gets lost in the sauce, and so I figured I'd show what I'm working on today. And basically my goals today were to finish off probably gonna say it wrong, phthalic line, or what is it, phthalic acid. I don't know if that's the right way to say that or not. Basically I had started building this yesterday and just finished it off today so I could start building up some of the acid. Basically what I got going on here is importing from a wood farm I've got way off in the distance over there. Some spruce wood, turns it into charcoal. This guy right here turns it into what's it called, coal tar. The coal tar comes into here, and then this guy distills it into a bunch of byproducts, which at the moment the only one we care about is not shown right here yet. Let's see. It should pop up. I believe it's sulfuric coal tar. We'll see here in just a second. Where'd it go? Yeah, it should be sulfuric coal tar. But anyways, it comes into here. Ooh, no, what is it? Dang it. Naphthalene, sulfuric coal tar oil, sorry. And then comes into this LCR, which is bringing in some sulfuric acid, which then makes it into sulfuric coal tar, gets distilled down and to naphthalene, or not naphthalene, into, yeah, naphthalene. And then this guy gets mixed with lithium, which we're making with bees, and ultimately the phthalic acid. And the whole reason we wanted to finish this up was I also set up an LCR over in my B building over here. You can see most of my buildings are still kind of under construction or don't have windows, like just floors yet. But set up this LCR right here. Also had to swap the hatch out with my EV. I only have a couple EV hatches at the moment. Here, the whole reason I kind of pushed to do this though is the only thing it's currently working on for combs is my titanium combs come into here, and then how many we got going, get processed and come out here. And this is just a smaller line. It's actually a huge bottleneck for all these passive ores though. As you can see, this entire compressed chest is full. But the whole reason I kind of rushed around to do that is I was running out of titanium, but now because I got that set up, I went from 46 left to nearly 2,000, which should cover me for a little while. Obviously this still needs to be smelted, but that was the bulk of what I did today. The other thing I had going was currently my auto crafting I have set up right now is just a bunch of single block machines, more single block machines, and then one EBF, and this takes forever. Actually, in fact, so when I say forever, I was basically my main goal for the day, and I didn't expect it to still be going, was to set up a bunch more EBFs to just be able to paralyze a little better and not be relying on one, because throughout this playthrough I've been pretty stubborn and kept it to one. I haven't had any reason to expand, but now that I'm auto crafting and actually making things a lot faster, I definitely want the speed upgrade. And so basically my goal for either later tonight or tomorrow will be to finish this out. I'm missing 2 coils, a couple energy hatches, combustion generators, which those is what I'm waiting on specifically right now, is all the stainless that's currently going. And then, so we get those guys set up, and then I think the next thing to tackle, if I should be able, once everything's crafted, setting that stuff up should only be a few minutes. I definitely want to rework my bee passive processing, because I've got so much passive resources that are just sitting here, and I don't want them to be. So I think that'll be the next step, is to get all those going. And also, when I have the new 4 EBF setup, which, okay, running back and forth, I'm currently setting them up with Nicron coils, because I thought that would be able to get them crafted in a day, but they're taking forever. I'm going to actually set up 4 EBFs over here as well, that'll passively just be responsible for smelting, like, you know, this tantalum that's sitting here, titanium, steel, all that stuff. That way, because I want to store them for now in ingot form. That way, whenever I request something, I'm not just crafting powder. But this is currently what I have going on from my bees, and by God, bees are the greatest. And I guess that while I was waiting earlier today for stuff to craft, that was one of the other things I did, because, where is it? I made a Endust Princess, which the whole reason I did that is I am currently slowly working towards the Neodymium bee, specifically because anytime I like basically run out of a resource, they're just like, look, is there a bee for that? But however, getting to this bee is quite the journey, because I have watery iron. I do not have this rare earth. And I clicked on this. This rare earth drone requires fluorine, which when you start going down the chain, I was like, oh, that shouldn't be too bad. Nitrogen, hydrogen, and those would be cool bees to have. You actually need to do this dragon essence drone, which requires arcane shard, which then we start getting into like thaumic shard bees, which I've done for the magic bees. I've done everything to do with nodes, but I haven't done anything to do with the shards or thaumium and stuff. So that'll be kind of what I mess around with in the background, or actually building the structure. And just kind of one last little thing before I sign this video off for the day. I want to check on, speaking of magic bees, and specifically I was working on, or I had made the empowering bees a few days ago, and I threw a bunch of them around this node. This thing is huge. Basically, I'm going to energize this and hopefully be able to start setting up automated magic, because I'm not a huge fan of doing all the magic stuff manually, but I'm sure if I set up some automation, especially for like the cauldron stuff, I will enjoy the magic a whole lot more. Also, just a small tip, so I was running around looking for a bright and pure node, but honestly, if you take the time to breed the bees, you don't need to worry about any of that. If you make I think it was a Nexus bee for making it bright, and a pure for making it pure, and they converted that in one tick. Yeah, so the Nexus made it bright, and then I don't have it here. I have it over in the bee base. A pure one, like you literally just need to run it for one tick, and it'll convert your node. And yeah, this thing's getting huge. I think though, if I energize this, it'll go down to like 25 of each thing. But well, oh yeah, and here's one other thing I'd like to do, but I probably won't do it for a few days, is set up. I have one of these down underneath. This is where my blood magic stuff is, and I have it turned off right now because I have a red capper in there, is what I use for keeping my blood network up, but I'm currently borrowing that EV energy hatch used to run that, so I can could get my titanium up, and I might put it back now that I ran through all the current titanium combs I have. But once I get a little more tungsten, because I have set aside the amount it tells you to for the quest, so I'm currently working on getting a little bit more so I can make more energy hatches. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I'd like to overclock one of these to IV. It might not, because I don't think you can overclock LCRs, but we'll find out. Worst case, I end up with just an extra EV energy hatch, which I'll use on one of those extreme entity crushers. But if I can do that, I do have the tungsten B going. As you see, I already have 428. So like, if that works, we'll be swimming in tungsten steel. I'll still want to go to Mars and stuff. I'm not trying to like skip the quest, but it'll make it so I can make EV energy hatches, which will be nice because there's a few things I'd like to run at EV. But I think for now I'm going to go back to waiting on all my things to craft and this very slow EBF. And tomorrow, hopefully, when I update, I'll have all those set up. And well, thank you for watching. I hope everybody has a good night.